Alrighty then. Quote of the day from Mr. Oscar Wilde. I think it's very healthy to spend time alone. You need to know how to be alone and not be defined by another person. Words of wisdom there. Okay, this isn't going to be a single topic video here. I want to talk about a few things. First up, I got an email the other day inviting me to take part in clinical trials for some new drug down in London. You have to have a medical exam first, and you have to meet certain physical criteria. If you pass, if you're a suitable test subject, then you have to go down to London for 8 days where they do the tests, and apparently they will pay you all in all £2,500 for your being inconvenienced by the whole thing. Now, me personally, I wouldn't want to do this. Why? Am I concerned for my health? Well, of course, yeah, but I understand that all this is very well regulated and overseen by an ethics committee, as is my understanding. Yeah, so it's all very well regulated. Before it gets to the testing on human stage, substances have already undergone plenty of lab tests, including animal testing in many cases. And it's worth pointing out, I think, that unlike the human test subjects, other animals are not giving their informed consent, of course. Yeah. But that's just the world we live in. Anyway, the idea of being stuck in a room or ward with several other blokes watching television, playing pool for over a week while being dosed with whatever or being given placebos, yeah, it doesn't really appeal to me. I'm busy with work most of the time, so I couldn't really do something like this without eating into holiday time, and to be honest, I'm not willing to do that. Having said that, I do understand the importance of clinical testing. There are a few myths surrounding clinical trials, I think. Not all trials even involve taking drugs, in spite of what some people believe, and there are a number of misunderstandings about informed consent. But bottom line for me on this is, personally, I can think of better, more convenient, less risky ways to pay the rent, if you know what I mean. Okay, what else? I was watching a few Inmendham videos the other day. Yeah. I don't subscribe to this bloke, and I'm not a regular viewer, but just like many other YouTubers I'm aware of but don't subscribe to, I will check in from time to time. This Inmendham, Gary is his real name, he's a middle-aged misanthrope who lets anyone who's listening know about his disgust for human beings. His material comes across as odious and indulgent to me. Yeah, visceral stuff, much of it, but having said that, he's obviously not without intelligence. Maybe there are some suggestible types, not too world-wise kiddies, let's say, on the interweb who lap up his lengthy rants and speeches. He's fond of mocking, he's fond of degrading, and goes cartoonishly over the top with his insults. He's been on YouTube for years now, made thousands of videos. I don't think he's going away anytime soon. Personally, I wouldn't recommend subscribing to him, but if you've never seen him before, maybe you're new to YouTube, go check him out, go check his channel out, Inmendham, INMENDHAM. Let me know what you think of his message, his gloomy philosophy. On a final note here, I've been keeping up just about with recent happenings, recent conflicts around the world, trouble in Eastern Europe with Ukrainians and the Russian separatists, and of course the trouble in Gaza, as well as the ongoing situation or situations in Iraq and Syria with these jihadists, Sunni militants, extremists, religious fanatics, call them what you will. I ask the question, what is the value of a human life? Clearly, political leaders are willing to kill men, women and children for a bit more territory, for national pride. Clearly there are regimes who care more about so-called national security and succeeding in short or medium-term military objectives, care more about these things than they do about the lives of people, of families, of communities. And as we well know, in the mind of a fanatic who thinks he's doing the will of God, the killing of infidels is not only tolerable, it's a duty. It's just something you do if you're a true believer. And the international community watches on as the killing continues. With better planning, with a good deal more courage, compassion and conviction from political leaders and people in positions of influence, so much bloodshed could have been stopped. But it goes on and on and on, and as long as human life is viewed with contempt by violent men in positions of power, this grim dance is going to continue, is it not? But I still have hope. I know that there are enough decent people in the world to turn it around. Anyway, I'll catch you next time, folks. All the best.